This is Coach Business Builder, the Whiteboard Sessions. I'm here in sunny Las Vegas. I'm speaking this week at the CultureCon conference. And so I meant to bring some kind of whiteboard with me or grab one from the conference to make this video for you. Alas, I forgot. And so I taped some paper on the wall. So we're gonna make this work, but it's fun. I've got this awesome view of the Las Vegas Strip. In fact, the Bellagio fountain show is going on right now out the window. Let me show you here. View out my window, Paris, and the Bellagio, Caesars, and the HVAC. It's beautiful, beautiful HVAC. I meant to do this earlier when it was sunny out. It was gorgeous. There's a mountain out that way, and the golden sun was hitting this hotel here, and it was gorgeous. And I was gonna take you down to the Strip and just kind of do a little walking clip, but it is so loud. All the different music coming from all the different places, and the motors on the Strip. It was so loud. My watch was actually alerting me over and over the decibels were too high. Anyway, all right, so I'm Steve Perkins. I'm the founder and CEO of Greenhouse Coaching. And today I want to talk about the simple cash management system. It's really just 4 buckets of checking and savings accounts, how you can manage your cash flow in a really easy way to make sure that you're running it as a real business, you actually have profits, and you know where the money is. Because a lot of times as coaches, we're great at the coaching part. Then when it comes to the money, we're kind of just like hoping there's profit left over. We're not really sure. In fact, we maybe even avoid it because we're not really sure how we should be running it. And in the end, like, this is a business that needs to make money, and we need to know where our money's going. So we need a simple system, and that's what I want to share with you today on my amazing whiteboard here. All right, so if you're not yet on my email club, I don't know what the heck you're doing. You need to get on it right now. It's the way that you find out about these videos when I put them out. Link is in the description to get on the email list right now. Also, this is something that you want to level up your business. You want to get to your next 20K a month revenue, and you want to really make this, it's time to make this happen. You know this is you if you're like, it's time. Like, it is time to take this to the next level and to get serious about my business and to invest in the growth. Then go over on Instagram, DM me the word grow20, and I'll send you the info of what it looks like to work together. Group accelerator where we're all in it together. We're growing our businesses. Honestly, it's just really fun. Like, to be in it with other people doing the same thing, to bounce ideas off each other, to hear what other people are doing, and to kind of know where you're at. Am I on track? Get new ideas. But you also get the foundational course modules where I teach you all the ins and outs of how to set up your trust cycle so that you're really scaling online efficiently, so you're not overwhelmed by it. You're able to spend time with your clients and get them great results. So anyway, in the descriptions, my Instagram, if you don't follow, go follow, but DM me the word grow20. I'll send you all the information. All right, so here's the deal. Like, you got into entrepreneurship for, yes, to help people and to make an impact, but also for the financial upside and to be able to make more money and kind of have more control over that and create freedom in your life. So you got to have a financial system, and it's got to be simple, and it's got to work. And so in this video, I'm going to go over the 4 buckets that make up a very simple financial system. It's very tried and true. There's actually a ton of research behind this, but it's just simple, and you can manage it without the need for CPAs. And if you tried to figure that thing out, it's really, really frustrating. So here's the deal. Basically what you want to have is whatever bank you use, you want to have 4 accounts. You want to have 2 checking accounts, one called operating expense, one called tax. And then 2 savings accounts, one called vault and one called profit. Call them whatever you want, but these are the names I use. A lot of these ideas come from the book Profit First. Incredible book, highly recommend to every coach, entrepreneur. The thing is, like most books, it's a little bit overcomplicated. I've used the system, kind of tried and tested and learned and refined it, and created a little bit of a simpler system that still accomplishes the same goal. So here's what you want to do. All right, in the operating expense account, you want to keep 1 month's worth of expenses in your business. And the way to do that is to look back over the past 6 months and calculate what was the average expense per month in your business. And so for example's sake, I'll say expenses are on average $20K a month. So I want to keep at all times at least $20K a month, or at least $20K in this account. And why is that? That's because if you've been in business for any length of time, you know how this can happen. Like I just had it happen this week where all of the revenue tends to come in at a certain time of the month. And then later in the month, all my expenses pile up and I had some extra expenses. And so suddenly like cash was really short. And without any buffer, you start running out of the money. And so to avoid that stress, because then it kind of takes over your whole week and you're stressed and you're trying to figure it out and move things around, to keep it simple, always have a buffer in that account. And if I've got at least 1 month of buffer, then even if like all the expenses happened and none of the revenue happened, I would still be okay. And I would have that 1 month of time to be able to flex. So if I typically have $20K a month of expenses, I want that much in the account at all times. I never let it go below that amount as best as possible. Okay, so then for the accounting piece, basically once a month, I want to look at the accounts and distribute the money according to the buckets that they go in, depending on how much more I have than the 20K. So let's say at the end of this month, in this account was 50,000. So I made 30,000 in revenue this month because I had 20K in there to begin with. So I have 30,000 above the 20K. All right, so I'm working with 30K. Now the first thing I want to do is take out my personal salary. And the best way to do this as a business owner is not just like take money out randomly anytime, not wait and hope that there's profit and then take that out, but to actually treat it like a salary so that there's consistency, predictability, and it's easier to track. And so let's say that my personal salary per month is 15,000. So the first thing I'm going to do is out of that 30,000, take 15 out and transfer it to my personal account. Now these are business accounts, by the way. This is going to help you come tax season. This is also just like good financial management for your business, is have the accounts under your business so they're clear and separate from your personal accounts. So I'm going to take this 15K out and transfer it into my personal account. That's what I'm paying myself. Now what's left over is 15K. Because again, I don't want to dip below 20. So if I had 50, I want to keep 20. That means I have 30 to work with. 15 came out for personal, so I've got 15K left. Tracking with me? All right, so then out of this 15K, what you want to do is divide it in half between the tax account and the vault account. And so I'm putting 7,500, transferring it into the tax account, and 7,500 into the vault. Now the tax account is where I'm accumulating money throughout the year, and come tax season, instead of going, oh crap, I don't know if I have enough to pay, I've been saving along the way, and so it's not this huge gouge. Research shows that about 15% of your revenue is going to be what you need for taxes if you're a typical business. Now, what we're teaching in Business Builder here, you should actually have higher profit margins than the typical business. So we're building up that tax account and then every quarter paying out the taxes that are due. And then we're building up this vault account, which eventually we want to have 6 months worth of expenses. the OPEX account has 1 month worth of business expense. Eventually we want the vault to have 6 months worth of expense. So this is like our rainy day savings, because if anything goes wrong, then we've got this buffer. Or if business really goes south, we need to pivot, we need to readjust. I've got 6 months worth of runway to get back on track without the business going under. And so this is just a really good business practice. You know, when the world hit the COVID pandemic, this is the thing that saved my business. If it weren't for this, I would have gone under. But because I had this, I was able to retool and adjust and get back on track and find new clients within that time period. So you work your way up. You know, you're putting a little bit in each month until you get to this number, which in this case, 20, if we're saying our expenses are 20K a month, then I'm trying to get up to 120K in that vault account. All right, so then finally is the profit account. Now this comes into play once you have built up this 1 month of buffer here and this 6 month of buffer here. After you have this buffer built up, then you don't need to put anything in the vault each month. So what you're gonna do is instead put this amount into the profit account, and that's where you're gonna accumulate money. And this is the account where you get to, this is your fun money. This is like if you wanna buy something, especially if you can buy it on the business and get that tax deduction, like you've got this amazing pool of money to be able to do with it what you want, which is part of why you built the business. Or if you want to reinvest in growth, put it into marketing, put it into something else in your business, you've got this money to work with. And so it's a beautiful way to just simplify the process. You've always got 1 month of buffer, and then after that, you're putting a certain amount into tax and into the vault, or into tax in the profit account, and those are building up over time and accumulating. But along the way, you're always paying yourself this personal salary. So you know what you're making, and it's enough to pay your bills and cover your personal costs, but then everything else on top becomes profit that you can choose what to do with. I mean, this is really simple system. And it's great because you can kind of just run the numbers quickly each month and know what to do with your money and know where your money's at. All right, so if you found this helpful at all, I'm gonna put another video up here you can check out. So drop a comment if you have any questions. Share this with a coach friend if you know somebody who needs it. And like I said, if you are interested in learning about the program and getting involved in the group, DM me the word grow20 on Instagram and I will send you the info.